intro.
Oh, wow.
Wait, really?
Robots?
Yes, not robots, but it was just.
It's the same thing. AI, robots. It's all technology without human beings.
And they're coming.
Yeah.
We're using it on the show?
Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't clear it with Brew? That's under his purview.
Was too scared.
You're the creative, I'm the takes, Brew's the ethics.
I was.
Like Brew is in charge of that journalistically.
I was nervous about
All right, it could be grand opening, grand closing. We'll see.
We'll see. All right, that's a 3-minute intro.
It was great.
We start with the Bears. Caleb was 10 for 10. I was like, man, this is really working. Chicago was rolling, and then the wheels came off. 2 touchdowns, 210 yards overall. But he only completed 44% of the rest of his passes. That's not good. Here he was after the game.
I think there was a lot of good there. Our communication, I think he was getting the plays in, fast, and been able to get out the huddle. We need to be better with that, and I've been able to get up to the line, make checks, or whatever the case may be. But I think it's a growing process that it's going to keep growing from here. This is the start, but definitely not the end.
Okay, do you feel better or worse about Caleb and the Bears?
All right, can I tell you guys something?
Oh, my.
Here we go. Man, you are just on tilt, dude.
I'm not on tilt.
2 straight days.
I just have to tell you guys something.
Okay.
So I don't live tweet Chiefs games, but I live tweet basically any other standalone game. I'm usually live tweeting. And I'm known to be, a little bit of a smart aleck, particularly if some of my takes look like they're going to prove correct.
You?
And something struck me as concerning, because in the midst of Caleb starting 10 for 10, I didn't want to tweet, because watching it, I was like, I don't think this is going to keep up. You agree,
exactly
Brew?
Where I was with the Ravens.
With the Ravens.
With the Bills. I was like...
Because even with that start, some of it was so hard. Like, he had to twice do kind of magical things to get a dump off.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, they do spin around and escape to end up checking down. And so the answer to the question is, I feel much worse. And it started with the Tyler Dunn article on his website over the weekend, which talked about the dysfunction of last year, the personality, work ethic, or other potential issues that might prevent Caleb from reaching his full potential. Then during this game, it was so bad pre-snap. And Coach Mangini might emphasize that, but he did call someone into motion with 3 seconds on the play clock. Right. They were getting out of the huddle late. The penalties, which we can show you, there were a bunch of penalties. They're not all on Caleb. The pre-snap ones are not even all on Caleb because it's false start, you know what I mean? Right. But some of them are. Yeah. And the fact that he seems to be, at this point in his career, a bit of an emotional roller coaster, because he had not missed a pass until the 4th down that he missed badly.
Yep.
And then you instantly saw him doing this thing on the bench again. Now, he did, I don't want to say he snapped out of it, but it's not like, he was, but he was a different player after that. He's a player that the talent is undeniable. The play on the sideline is undeniable that only a handful of guys in the whole league can make. But if it was just that the pre-snap stuff is bad, then I deal with that to get that.
Sure.
But when you add to it, he also missed some layups that would have won them the game, like easy passes. You know what I mean? The 4th down should have been an easy pass. He had a touchdown to Rome that could have been, or DJ Moore, pardon me. And so I am not out on Caleb Williams. I am pumping the brakes on my own timeline of when he will become a great player, because I think he is further behind than he should be his first start of year 2.
Wow.
I do feel that way.
This is a momentous day.
Well, to use, and obviously I know he's not your main guy. Your main guy is Mahomes. But, Nick likes to use the dating, the Rams dating him and all that. Yes. This is what we just witnessed. This is the equivalent of I want to see other people. I mean, that's really what this is.
That was
right. I want to see it. We can still hang out, have fun, but I want to see.
We're no
people.
longer exclusive.
Yeah, that's what that was. So I'm just letting you know.
Thanks, bro.
But look, I'm with you to some degree in that I feel worse too about the Bears. I know it's just one game. I don't want to overreact. We're obviously not changing our picks at this point. They look like the worst team in the division, unless Detroit really has fallen off. I mean, obviously
the Packers
Green Bay
look
looks
awesome,
great,
and
Minnesota just beat them.
Yeah,
and then Detroit, we assume, will still be a pretty good team. Minnesota's defense was better. Minnesota's quarterback was better yesterday, at least. Their run game was better. Their coaching was better. I mean, the adjustments they made at halftime just seemed to have Ben Johnson, like he didn't, they didn't react well to him. And a lot of this, obviously, how you feel about the Bears is a lot about Caleb. And look, he had his moments, as he did his last year too, but he looked good at points. But Nick, and I think that quote from him supports what I'm about to say. He looks like a great athlete playing quarterback rather than a quarterback who happens to be a great athlete, like Mahomes, like Lamar, like Josh Allen. Like, he looks like a great, and the fact that you're still your second season, heck, first, when do you, I can't really think off the top of my head, the last quarterback that we talked so much about, and he's talking in press conferences about, we got out of the huddle fast. Or the plays came.
And by the way,
like,
I didn't think they got out of the huddle fast.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Just basic stuff that we take for granted. Like, when you watch Caleb, you're looking to see that stuff. You're not really looking for that with any other quarterback, even a lot of the rookies for the most part. And so, to me, that shows this dude is a phenomenal athlete, and he is. Like, the runs he made, the speed he showed.
And the arm strength is unreal.
The arm strength. And so, even like early on when he was 10 for 10, and Aikman did a great job of talking about this. Yeah, he was 10 for 10, obviously a lot of stuff underneath, check downs, but he was missing some stuff down the field. And to me, that says that Caleb he's thinking too much. Like, he was in his mind, and Aikman talked about it, Ben Johnson has just been like completions, which has its value, but he was checking down like, it was like he almost made up in his mind, this is where I'm going, I just want to make it easy, which I get because that's what's being drilled into his head, but that shows he's not playing instinctively. His instincts are more what we saw in the second half. I'm not even talking about the inaccuracy, but running. He wants to run. And I actually think you should not treat him like Justin Fields.
No.
But I think they need to lean more into him running. Like, he can be a dual threat quarterback. I'm not saying he'll be this good, but like a Lamar, like a Josh is a dual threat. Jalen.
Justin Fields, I wouldn't do, but like early Lamar.
No, not Justin Fields
but
at all.
early Lamar I think is interesting. You know what I mean?
Like a Jalen Hurts. I mean, Jalen Hurts even. Like, he has that ability. And he's just running now when he's scrambling, and maybe they're just like, look, we just want to get him playing on time.
We
don't want to get him thinking about running. No, he's not Jalen. Well, I would imagine he's bigger than Lamar, though. He's bigger than Lamar.
Oh, I don't think so.
No.
You don't think Caleb Williams is more like stockier than Lamar?
No, I think Lamar is like shot. Have you seen Lamar's neck? I talk about
the neck. I think, but whatever the case, I do think he should be able to run more. So, look, he's a work in progress. I do feel worse about them and him to a degree. But like Nick, I'm not giving up on him.
Oh,
but it wasn't a great look.
Go, KW.
I'm just saying, if Caleb is open to seeing other people.
Because you would have to officially throw in the towel on Drake May. On Drake May.
Cup of coffee's going to hurt anything? You're not allowed to have friends? Oh. Here's what I like. This is why. Week 1. The big question for us in sports television is, hey, was that Week 1 performance just Week 1? Rusty? New system? or was it indicative of something either more problematic or, we're going to talk about JJ, sign of things to come? Bro didn't have a good game. We're not here talking about like what's wrong with Bro.
Yeah, because of the track record.
Goff didn't have a good game. Not saying what's wrong. Tua didn't have a good game. We are saying that. Even though Tua has led the league with that offense, with those wide receivers, we've seen him do great things. I'm giving a little bit to watching a little bit of the Manning cast and having Peyton Manning's like, ooh, Brian Flores confused me on that.
Yeah.
That goes a long way with me.
No,
I would like to see him to go. He's got Detroit next, and Aaron Glenn's not there, and Ben Johnson knows what they're going to run. I'm just saying.
Listen. Can I say
My
something?
best friend moving in. Oh, she can see other people now?
As I said 11 minutes ago.
Shoulder cry on.
He's mad at me.
I'm starting to believe
I'm mad at you. Before they're even my ex. Can I say one thing again as I try to repair our relationship? Critical of
we don't have a bad relationship.
He's very mad at me, guys. Critical of Ben Johnson. Because here's the deal.
Go ahead.
I am used to and I expect the older coaches to not be as good at game management as I am. That's fine. I do not accept it from a guy who's supposed to be cutting edge and is my age. And at the end of the game, when there's 2:02 left, you must ensure you save the 2-minute warning. Ben said his plan was kick it through the back of the end zone. Santos couldn't execute. Here's the problem, and this is maybe some people look at it as next level or whatever. If you're a brand new head coach, supposed to be the smart guy, you have to get this the way I got it instantly. The touchback these days is the 35.
Yeah.
What is the penalty for kicking it out of bounds? Or, more accurately, with the new kickoff rule, just tapping the football. Oh, it didn't land in the landing zone. The penalty is the 40. You could have guaranteed you get the 2-minute warning by telling Santos, here's your job. Walk up to the ball and tap it with your toe. It doesn't land in the landing zone. The ball is dead. No time runs off the clock. It is Minnesota ball at the 40, 2:02 left, guaranteed. You cannot risk losing the 2-minute warning on weak leg Cairo Santos being able to kick it out of the end zone when the maximum upside of that is 5 yards. You can guarantee you keep the 2-minute warning, give them the ball at the 40 by just tapping the football. Now, people listening, watching right now be like, oh, I hadn't thought of that. It's not your job. It is Ben Johnson's. I thought of it, and Peyton Manning on the Manning cast thought of it evidently as well. I wasn't watching that broadcast. But you can't, that's a huge error. Because they would have got the ball back with a minute left, and then who knows? That's a huge error that Ben Johnson can't make. Got to be better.
Well, they may have gotten it back with a minute left.
Well, they did get it back with 20 seconds, so I'm saying yes.
Depending on what they had done, you know.
Correct. Just something.
Bears in Detroit next week. Vibe check in Minnesota, very high. J.J. McCarthy threw for 2, ran in a touchdown as the Vikings scored 21 in the 4th. Here's Kevin O'Connell in a very happy locker room. Take a listen.
This feeling that we have right now does not happen without one other guy. All right? Did not go the way any of us wanted. This guy, all right, I could tell from the jump, he was poised. He was poised. But this guy didn't quit me, and you always thought he would figure it out. 2 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown all in the second half.
Sam Darnold's like, that used to be me. What do you make of JJ's comeback win